Are we live? Okay, yeah. I just
Oh, we're live.
clicked to a different tab and threw me all off. I looked away and looked back, and it was a new tab, and I was like, "Did I screw something up?"
No, we've been live for the last 15 minutes. We apologize to anyone we may have offended.
um. All right. Well, Dan, we're wrapping up season 5.
Wrapping up season 5, and I gotta say, Tom, I'm scared.
Yeah, I don't know.
This episode frightens me.
Well, I did name it the worst holiday episode ever, and that very well could be.
Not a single one of us got festive for it. Not one bit of holiday garb at all.
You know what? And I bought a um I bought a an ugly sweater.
I do have one as well, and you know what? I was like, after you told me what we were going to do, it knocked the holiday cheer right out of me.
Yeah. So yeah, what happened with me was you know, I bought this ugly sweater um for work because they said um last week was ugly sweater day,
Okay.
last Wednesday. So I originally started when I started working in this office, there was first they do like we have a culture committee, and they put together this nonsense. Like they put together like a monthly events calendar. And I'm like, I typically don't do that kind of stuff. And
What was that group called in high school? They had a name. It was like
I
the
don't
people
even,
who did like it was like the student committee or something,
yeah, so
and they
student
did
council or something like that.
yeah, they did it was like like the student committee that always put on all the corniest shit.
Yeah. So the first month that I was there, it was like the first full month that I was in the office. They had they had Jersey Day,
Okay.
sports Jersey Day. I was like,
E
okay, yeah, I can get behind this.
easy enough.
Usually, yeah, I'm usually pretty like business casual. Um, and I was like, you know what, I'll dress down, do a little Kelly Green, got my Kelly Green,
Ooh,
um,
nice.
wore my jersey. Nobody else wore jersey.
Oh,
Nobody else wore a jersey. So I'm the only one. Luckily, I'm like, don't look like an asshole, you know? Like there could be worse things I could be wearing right now.
that's true, that's true. I mean, what day was the Jersey Day? Was it a Friday at least?
I can't remember. It might have been like a Tuesday or a Thursday.
Oof, middle of the week, yeah.
Yeah.
Like a Friday, casual, coming in, Kelly Green, they're playing on Sunday. Yeah, I get it. But
Um,
back
so
then
the next month um is flannel day. And I was like, I'm not
perfect.
doing yeah. I was like, yeah, I would do this, but nobody else wore flannel or no, nobody did it last month, so I'm not gonna wear anything. I go into the office, everybody's got fucking flannel on. They're like, Tom, where's your flannel? I'm like, what the I thought nobody did this.
Oh,
So
man. This is like a Seinfeld episode.
yeah, no, Dan. So this month is was ugly sweater day, and it fell on the my partner's uh holiday party.
Okay.
It's like another business unit that I partner with. It was their I work hand in hand with them. So I'm going to their Christmas party, just stopping by.
Yeah.
Um, so I was like, yeah, of course, ugly sweater day, Christmas party, like cool. Go on Amazon, buy an ugly sweater. Um, show up to the office. It's a cardigan too, button up. I had the nice white Oxford underneath.
Oh, you went
Um,
white Oxford, so, like,
mhm,
even if you took it off, it just wouldn't work.
yeah. So um yeah, I show up, not a damn ugly sweater in it to be seen, Dan.
Oh, man. It's one of those things where I feel like for these, you have to pack it just in case and
Yeah.
just come in and be like, "Ah, okay, I'm just gonna change then."
Yeah, and it's just like,
You gotta take the crowd temperature when you get in the office.
they were like, uh, do you remember the, episode of Bluey where Bandit has a mullet.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. And
Yes.
Lucky's dad is like, nice mullet, Bandit.
Nice sweater, Tom.
That's what all I heard. Nice sweater, Tom. Oh, it's like stewing in my desk all day. Just God damn it.
It's that part of forgetting Sarah Marshall. Wish I wasn't wearing this stupid shirt.
Yep, that's exactly Dan nail on the head, man. It was brutal.
That's brutal, man. And I feel like fool me once, shame on you.
Mhm.
Fool me twice, shame on me.
Fool me three times. You're not gonna fool a foolster again.
Yeah, won't get fooled again.
Yeah, it was luckily, that's the kind of thing like I can find the humor in. Like, man, objectively, this is very funny though.
Well, yeah, it's like that. It's that Seinfeld situation. Like it's just so awkward. It's hilarious, and yeah, you can just hear the bass line behind you as you're coming in. Yes, exactly.
Yeah, yeah, it was a tough scene. I mean, luckily though, it's like one of those things. Like, it became like people like, oh man, nice sweater. Like, it's just it was just at first it's just like, what the fuck? Like, no way this is happening again. You can't win, man. Just can't win in these situations. All right, let's we have a
jam-packed episode here.
All right, well, Dan, rev up those engines, buddy. Oof. Ladies and gentlemen, start your engines. Oh boy, here we go.
What a preparation for this episode. Let me just say, like, I feel like it's out of like a movie where, I'm getting out the instruments for like a drug-filled bender. Like, I just got out my spoon for our drink tonight.
Dan, let me tell you, this was on the fly, and we'll get into it in a minute. Yo, welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to the season's end of the greatest podcast to exist in the history of podcasts. It's internationally acclaimed, Cindy Crawford approved podcast of hops, high fives, and friendship. I am your host, the crispiest of boys, the crowd killer of Crispies. It's Tom.
And I'm your other host, the Hot Master General, the Royersford Rattlesnake. Yeah, let it breathe for a little bit.
And Daniel?
You gotta let that taurine aerate, Dan.
The smell, the smells from my fingers hitting both cans. It's noxious. Anyway, it's Dan.
All right, everybody. We got a hell of an episode here. We have this is we've done this for 5 times now. This is the year end. This is the end of our season. This is season number 5.
Season finale.
Yeah. So we'll do this at the front end. In case you're new, we wrap up our season. Usually we only take 1 week off for the holiday, but the way that these holidays fall,
it's like 2.
Yeah, we're going to take 2 weeks off, and then we'll be back after the new year. We'll have time to prep. We might be able to get a good start to season 6.
I think so too. With 2 weeks off, I think we have time we have more time to plan here.
Yeah. But yeah, so we'll be back in 2 weeks time. The second week of January. I could have prepped this and figured out what the day actually is. We will be back the 7th. We'll be on the 6th. Audio drops the 8th. So we'll be back then.
Okay.
So tune back in, be on the lookout, subscribe, um, you gotta subscribe, right? And before we get into our housekeeping, we gotta wrap up the year that was 2020 hard four.
2020 hard for a tumultuous year.
Yeah.
Trying to pull songs. We had bits. We had all
Mhm.
right, if we're gonna do hardcore, and we're gonna do Old Glory, we're gonna do hardcore from across the country.
Yeah, I think that really help move 2020 hard four along.
Oh, absolutely. Because we started just pulling at strings, trying to find
Yeah,
trying to
yeah,
find the right ones.
we were driving on fumes.
Yeah, but we
Um,
made it.
yeah, oh, yeah, like the episode of Modern Family when Mitch dresses up for Halloween at his new job and nobody else does except for the two slackers that nobody liked. Yeah, go back and watch the pre-show about my office antics.
Yeah, pre-show office antics.
Yeah, it was like the episode of The Office when Pam was at corporate and dressed up as what Charlie Chaplin, and she was like, and I used oil for my for the mustache, so I can't take off my hat or I'm Hitler.
Cool.
That was a good one.
Oof.
Regardless, we are the best friends in the podcast in the world. This is the season 5 wrap up of 2020 hard 4, and we are starting right now.
Oh man. Gotta go out with a classic.
Yeah, and I mean,
I'm also
35
80% sure we did this song at some point.
Oh, maybe. But a nice 40-second hardcore song. I forgot that was this season we did the like the 30-second songs.
Yeah. We were like, let's just find 30-second hardcore songs and just do
So
this.
this might have been part of that.
I think
don't
it
know.
might have been.
It's been a long season.
It has been a long season.
We digress. All right, let's motor through this one, Dan. All right, everybody. Follow, rate, review. Give us a follow on all major podcast platforms. Give us a rating. Dan, what is that rating?
5-star party, baby.
And shoot us a review. You can do it on Apple Podcasts if you're listening there. And that's a fine place to do it. It keeps us in the algorithm. But honestly, the best thing to do, and one of the best parts of my week, honestly. I look forward to it. And the bit you've done something special here, but I look forward to this every week.
The bit delivers, man.
I look forward to reading the bit's comments on our Spotify episode. So if you're a Spotify listener, you can go to Spotify and leave a comment on each episode, just like the bit does. Last week's episode, the Sayonara Smoogie episode, 10 out of 10, perfect podcast episode. No notes. Need to get wishful thinking. What pizza do I get? Hot honey.
Yeah, the hot honey and pepperoni.
Yeah, hot honey pepperoni. Hopefully Joe Rogan doesn't hide this comment from the world. That was total BS. Because his comment was hidden from last week's episode.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because he talked about your porn knowledge.
Hey, his Treehouse Riley Reid haiku was chef's kiss.
Yeah, something else. But yeah, give us a review on there. And then, yeah, if you want to, that's the best way to support us monetarily. If you want to support us monetarily, there's 2 ways to do it. Go to our Instagram at Best Friends Pod. You can leave or you can go to the link that's in our bio. It'll take you to the listener support section. You can donate some money there. That'd be super nice of you. If you want the best way to support us monetarily, that is Daniel.
It is sub with Prime.
If you have an Amazon Prime account, you can link it with your Twitch. and subscribe to our channel, twitch.tv/bestbestfriendspod, for a couple months for free, ad-free watching. We get a little kickback. Everybody's happy. And as always, we are a part of the Hopped Up Network. Hopped Up Network is an ever-growing group of independent craft beer podcasts, much like our own. Check them out, www.hoppedupnetwork.com, Instagram @hoppedupnetwork. All right, Daniel.
Oh yeah.
So this
Let's get down to business here, Tom.
this episode got thrown together haphazardly, but I think it's the perfect way to go out. And I'm going to save some talking because we're going to have to do some talking while this whole thing gets put together. So we've talked about it earlier in the year. We've teased doing it at some point. I'm going to give it a little crack here. Ooh, that gurgle. That was not. Oh, that didn't sound good at all. So yeah, I forget how this was brought up. I forget where I saw this.
I think we saw like a YouTube. It wasn't YouTube, a reel for it or something.
So we've talked about it. It sounds like an awful idea. It probably will be. I have a feeling it's one of those things we're going to be like, this is awful. None of this should work.
The spoons unite.
It's probably it's going to be one of those things where we're like, it's kind of good.
I hope not. Well, actually, I'm very thirsty right now. I left my water upstairs. So I will be taking many sips of this.
We are going to be doing the Gonster.
The Gonster.
There it is. The Gonster. And for our audio listeners, the Gonster is, Dan, what is a Gonster?
So the Gonster is a half and half, where we take Guinness draft right here. We got the draft stout. And the green, the classic Monster Energy. So pour a little bit of Stouty Boy in your glass, and then we are going to slowly pour some Monster on top, and hopefully...
No, it's Monster then Guinness.
No, it's
Monster then Guinness, Dan. Guinness sits on top.
I was under the assumption the green sits on top.
No, Monster Guinness sits on top. It's lighter buoyancy.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Well,
and
we'll see.
Dan, Monster's not green anymore, apparently.
What?
Yeah, I'm just finding this out now.
Let's see if I can do it opposite.
So I'm pouring Monster then Guinness.
Okay.
It smells like the inside of a high schooler's car in here. Not that I would know what that is. But so yeah, it's if you don't know how to do a half and half, and this is probably going to be the only beer education related thing that we do in this episode. You pour your lager beer, or in this case, a Monster, and you pour the lighter beer. Usually it's like a Harp, or you could do like a Smithwick's, something of that nature, like a lagery ale. And then you take your spoon, lay it over the glass, and slowly pour your Guinness over top, and you get, for our video listeners, a beautiful half and half here, Dan.
Look at that.
It's a lost art form, to be honest. You don't really see too many half and halves anymore. Not too many half and halves poured. It's the other way around, Dan.
I had no idea. I wasn't prepped for this. I do all of my half and halves with stout on the bottom.
So Dylan, I agree. The idea, I even thought about doing White Monster, because that's the
separate a little bit at the top. I'm seeing
it's the superior Monster, but I did this because the old Monster used to be green. Ew. And if you look up pictures of the Gonster, it was green on the bottom and black on top. And it
was fake news.
It could have been fake news.
And we're about to drink probably the worst thing ever imaginable.
Yeah. So Daniel, you have yours poured. I have mine.
Yeah, it's there.
Daniel, Something tells me Dan just has just a full glass of Guinness.
It's fake news.
All right. Well, Daniel,
Oh, God,
bottoms
it
up.
smells so bad.
Plancha. All right, let's do this thing.
Ugh. Good Lord, you are cooking through that thing, man.
It's not as good as I was kind of hoping. It's not disgusting, but it's bad.
Yeah, it is not good.
I don't know what we were expecting. But yeah, this is not good.
I want to Google this now. Like, was the Gonster fake? After seeing this, like, is the Gonster, was it
ugh. Oh shit. Yeah, it's the George tries IPAs. Dylan brought that into our lives, and thank you for that, Dylan. No, because remember,
or is it the night? Oh, it's the Nitro monster.
Was that what it is?
It is.
Is that one still green?
Hold on. I'll get this.
I thought they got rid of the green dye in it.
It's like Monster Energy Nitro.
Because it was turning people's piss green.
Oh man, I wish I knew it was the other way around. Should have got prepped on this.
Well, luckily, Dan, you should have enough Monster and enough Guinness to go for a second go around.
Hey, you know what? I think I'm just gonna drink the Guinness. Drinking it out of a can, like the ultimate sin, as it's supposed to be poured out for the nitro effect. But
yeah, I'm at the bottom.
You're motoring through that thing.
It's tough, Dan. And you know, I commit to a bit.
I gotta say, I'm impressed.
I'll pass. Andrew, third shift Andrew says, I'll pass, but love darker beers, but I'd try once, maybe try Java Monster with it. Oh, Java Monster might not be bad.
Might not be bad. Yeah, I don't know what color or consistency Java Monster is, but
that's from 2024. So
yeah,
maybe there is still a green one.
It's probably this super dry Monster Energy Nitro here.
Yeah, I don't know.
We'll have to. I mean, dare we do a Gonster Redemption episode?
A Gonster Redemption. I don't know. We'll probably run out of ideas a couple weeks into season 6, and we'll be back for the redemption, the neon green redemption.
Yeah, I guess with Guinness, because of how light and gravity is, it has to be on the top.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because most of the like half and halves I do at work, they're all like heavier stouts. So they're always at the bottom with a lighter beer on top.
Oh. Yeah, I guess it's I mean, that makes sense. Because this isn't like Guinness isn't really a straight up stout, like a regular Americanized stout, I guess. Draft stout.
It's an Irish dry stout. Like,
God damn, that is not good. Oh,
yeah.
The aftertaste is the roughest part.
Honestly, it's still on my palate right now, no matter how much I'm drinking this can of Guinness. It's oof.
I mean, the lacing, Dan, the lacing of the Gonster is spectacular.
It's impressive. Hold on. Let me take down the oh, look at that. Pull it up again.
Look at that. Look at the
that is some exceptional lacing.
Yeah, the Gonster lacing is out of control.
I mean, the head retention on this, I mean, it's just sitting here bubbling. I want to put it on the ground, see if one of my cats drinks it and just goes nuts.
Oh, yeah, I'm just drinking straight up Guinness now.
Yeah.
I had one during the Eagles game yesterday. You know, Guinness is one of those beers that I rarely drink anymore, but when I do drink it, I'm like, man, this is good beer.
It is a great beer. It's a nice I like to have it after dinner. Like to have a little little stout after dinner. Just enjoy it. Like it's like almost like coffee after dinner, but it doesn't like
Mhm.
tear up my stomach like coffee.
Speaking of tearing up stomachs, I'm already feeling some kind of toxic reaction in my stomach.
Dude, I don't know if you can see. I took 2 small sips. I'm like, I'm done. You
I drank a
you
full pint.
you committed, Tom,
Yeah.
and your toilet's gonna pay the price.
Oh, something's going to pay the price. Yeah.
His your pants.
Um, Dan, did you see the post today?
I did see the post. Did you make that using AI?
Yeah, I'm getting into AI art. Um, I've been dabbling. It's super easy to do. It's you
Oh
know,
yeah.
I think for that I used the Google Gemini. Um, but I've been messing around with that with ChatGPT with Dolly Mini. They're super fun. Um, I can do one right now.
Okay.
Let me just whip one up here. Let me see. Um, I'm gonna do, let's see. Um, something beer related.
How about you do like what
An
a craft
image.
beer? Oh, go ahead.
Okay, so image of uh something nonsensical, um rage inducing, um craft beer, uh
Beer with Alan? Are you gonna do a beer with Alan? I picked.
uh influencer. That's what I'm doing. So I have I'm gonna do a craft beer influencer that's rage inducing and nonsensical.
Okay.
Oh, there it is.
Oh
Oh.
man. Ah. That was good. That was good, Tom. It would
Yeah, I
be
got.
hilarious if you just like Chat GPT beer nerd and it came out looking exactly like that.
I mean, we could do that. I just did that for the bit.
I know. If craft beer nerd, you just put it through and we wait a few minutes and it's just Alan again.
That would be I would end the episode. That would be the last
That'd be
episode
yeah.
ever. Um,
The machines have won, Tom. We're done.
um, let me see. Let's see. Gemini AI photo generator. Yeah, let's see. Craft beer nerd. Um, I was going into this episode like, what do we even talk about, right? Like,
Do we make it
last
like a highlight reel or something? Like, what was your favorite beer? What was your favorite bit?
we have done that in the past. The I guess I got to tell it to create an image.
Access main programming. Access main computer.
So last week's episode was like, that should have been the season end where
We got our wish.
yeah, so we said goodbye to
just
Imprint.
just mic drop and we're done.
Yeah. And I was like thinking today, what do we even talk about? How do we top that,
How do we top the Gonster too?
Yeah. Yeah. Um what do we do, Dan? Do we just talk about, like, recap the year?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of took a look back on the year and, looking at our posts to try and, figure out like what were my favorite beers, what were,
Mhm.
it's like, do we do that though? And you know what? I thought I was going to drink more of this Gonster, but honestly, it is disgusting.
Well,
I mean,
Dan,
that
here's
bit
the
started and ended so quick. I was like, can't do it, can't.
I did kinda have an idea that was gonna happen, so I did provide you with a holiday beer
I saw
if
that,
you
and
wanted to pivot.
I mean, we'll pivot in a minute here, but man, that looked delicious.
Yeah, I went to old um, I went to Parktown.
Oh,
So
Parktown Bev.
yeah, so I was looking for a place to buy Monster and Guinness together.
Okay.
So and I was going to go pick it up and drop it off to you at Rebel Hill.
Okay.
And I was like, all right, so how do I do this in the easiest way possible? And I was like, I don't want to drive to Phoenixville Giant.
Yeah.
And I was like, where can I go on the way? So I was like, you know what? Wawa's on the way from my house. That Wawa in Linfield that carries beer now. I was like, I can definitely get Monster there.
Wait, which one carries beer now?
The one on the one in Linfield, right at the corner of
It's like Lewis and
yeah, Lewis, and I forget what that was.
Linfield Trapper, I guess. Or
No,
Limerick Center.
Yeah, it might be Limerick Center Road.
I don't. Yeah, so it's the one that's right at the exit on the
Mhm.
422, the
Yeah.
on ramp there.
Yeah.
I didn't know they sold beer now. That's crazy.
Yeah, they sell beer in there. No Guinness.
Huh.
Not a Guinness in sight. I was like,
what was the selection? What was the gas station selection like for Pennsylvania now?
so it's like very broad craft. They have the the normal macros. They do a banquet beer, which was weird. No Guinness, but banquet beer. Macro stuff.
Can't be mad at that.
They did have a beer. I saw a beer there, and I was like, man, if I didn't have the Gonster idea, I would have showed up with this beer. And we might have to do that in a January episode.
Okay.
Bud Light Platinum.
Oh, they did do a Bud Light Platinum.
They brought it back.
I forgot that came back. Like it was like Pitbull resurrected it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you talking about Mr. Worldwide?
Yeah, Mr. Worldwide, Mr. Bud Light Platinum himself.
Yeah, so
he's the first thing I think of when someone mentions Bud Light Platinum. Immediately, it's Pitbull.
Absolutely. So yeah, I saw they had Bud Light Platinum, and then they have like standard craft beer stuff, like the very like nationally recognized craft beer stuff. It's like they have a little couple coolers back where where usually like the Ben and Jerry's is.
Oh,
like
okay.
the ice cream, but it's back there. And you can get a couple 6-packs there, or they have like the tall boys.
Oh,
but they also
can you imagine like tall boys at a Delco Wawa?
Oh, they are in Delco Wawas, Dan.
Oh man, Delco Wawa tall boys.
The original Delco Wawa, the original Wawa with alcohol is one that I think Andy Man frequents. It's by the Granite Rump, right outside the Granite Rump Mall.
Oh,
yeah.
Can you imagine that parking lot with like alcohol sales?
I don't have to imagine it, Dan. I've lived it. It's a disaster.
Yeah, just the crowd on their bikes that's coming there because they have a DUI and no license just to pick up some more. Just to pick up more toll boys.
They're all leaving Boscov's. It's the only place they can hit Boscov's and pick up a 6-pack with Marlboros.
Newports.
They got to get their carton of Newports, a 6er of Bud Heavies, and hit Boscov's.
Yeah, 122-ounce Bud Heavy for the road.
Yeah. But yeah, they also have a like a cooler door you can walk in, and there's more beer back there.
What they have a mystical walk-in.
Mm-hmm.
That's insane.
Yeah, it's not far from you, Dan. You got to hit it.
I know it's real close. I never
macro headquarter. So yeah, they didn't have Guinness. No, not a single Guinness. Not a loose tall boy Guinness. Nothing. So I was like, man,
strange.
This is brutal. So I was like, man, I really don't want to go to this Giant. And I was like, oh wait, Parktown is on the way.
Yeah.
So I went and stopped in Parktown, looked around. I was like, the Gonster is probably not going to be long for this podcast. So I wanted to get a secondary beer. I was looking around. I had the Victory Celebratory Ale, which I'm
Okay.
assuming is like a knockoff of Celebration.
What, it's like a fresh hop beer?
See, that's what I was thinking. Like, is it going to be like Sierra Nevada Celebration? But it said like notes of pomegranate and some like other fruit.
It's
I
like
was like,
some like
oh
Belgian,
no,
like some Belgian ale,
yeah,
just like like with a ton of like spices in it or something.
yeah. So I had that in my hands, and I was walking around, and I saw the beer that I eventually picked up. I haven't had a beer from that brewery in a long time.
Yeah,
I
I'm
was like,
excited for it.
this would be a good one to have. Just to end the season, the holiday season with holiday beer that isn't
Absolutely.
mixed with Monster. Um, Dan,
Yeah, not a strong start.
Chat GPT doesn't know what the hell it's doing.
Yeah. If you want a true craft beer nerd,
Yeah,
it's Alan, but
yeah,
yeah, that one I knew it was gonna be that like the beard and the flannel shirt. Like it's like that stereotypical craft beer guy that everybody puts in their memes.
yeah. Flannel beard, manicured beard, pompadour haircut.
Yep.
Um,
Real steampunk look to them. Like they came
steampunk.
there like they came there on a blimp.
Oh yeah, yeah. Uh, I'm gonna try a new one.
Okay. Did you add insufferable craft beer nerd to it?
No, I'm getting a little bit more graphic with it.
We're not trying to have more hot beer nerds from AI there.
Yeah, no,
I
no.
I was like, that's not a craft beer nerd. I've seen them. I've seen them in the wild.
Speaking of craft beer nerds, Dan, our old buddies at Breweries in PA just came up with another post that is right on par. It would make Alan say this doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't. What would they normalize this time?
No, no, you found this post and
Oh, it's
brought
this
it to
one.
the chat. Yeah, tell us about that.
Yeah, so I guess they were just recently at Country Club, and he just kept he was, I guess, having 5-ounce pours, which at first the pictures I couldn't tell they were 5-ounce pours. They were 5-ounce tulip glasses. So like
Mhm,
I thought, and he was really close to them. So I thought they were like full pours. And then he took all 5 pictures of each pour
mhm.
and then wrote normalize having 5-ounce pours. I was like, dude, you just made a flight. Dude. I was like, you bozo, it's a flight.
You just made a flight. You're all you're talking about is a flight.
Yeah, normalize 5-ounce pours at a brewery. They normalized it pretty hard to the point where the brewery hates doing them. All right. It's pretty well normalized.
Yeah. All right, Dan. Got some new ones here. It was an absolute bozo take.
Absolutely. It's I guess I don't know why, like, yeah, 5-ounce pours, like go for it.
It's
Like
a flight.
it's a flight.
If you Google how many ounces are in flight pours, it's
4 to
5
5.
ounces.
It's 4 to
Yeah,
5. Yeah.
4 to 5 ounces. All he's talking about, and this is a guy that's talked about like how bad, like how stupid flights are.
Yeah.
You just
Made
made a
flight
flight.
memes. Yeah.
Yeah,
He just created a
you
flight.
you just made a flight.
Yeah. He made a collage of all his pictures and made it a flight.
Yeah, just made a picture flight. There's a
Nice.
craft beer nerd, Dan.
See, you know what? That's more believable than the first picture.
What my favorite part is of this, Dan, look at his toes. He's got toe socks
Oh, that's awesome.
in the Birkenstocks.
Nice. His calf should be a different color because he's pre-diabetic. Um,
Dan, this isn't the only one. I
okay,
got an even better one.
let's see it. That's Alan, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the Alan. For all the audio listeners, you've got You got a guy who looks like he just came off of a hike. Definitely looks like
Mhm.
Alan. Glasses, beard.
Yelling into his phone.
Yeah, he's creating it. He's creating his next beer review.
I notice every guy in line has cargo shorts on.
Yeah, AI really knows how to troll.
Yeah. Yeah, this is good job, ChatGPT.
Good
Our future AI overlords have done well.
Yeah, the robots are taking over, guys. It's official.
Yeah. All right, Dan, do you want to hit this next beer?
Absolutely.
All right, let me go grab mine here.
All right. While he's pulling it or getting that out, I'll pull up the beer that we are going to be doing, guys. And it's a throwback. A brewery we're very familiar with. We are going to be doing the Winter Welcome Ale by Samuel Smith out of Yorkshire. 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 This collectible label on Samuel Smith's Winter Welcome Ale for 2024, 2025. Yeah, I guess the people collect them. Features the much loved Red Robin. Despite the robin being such a popular symbol of winter goodwill, Samuel Smiths have not previously pictured it on their Winter Welcome label. In the late 1800s, Victorian postmen wore red uniforms, earning them the nickname Robin Redbreasts. Oh, man, this is a real story here. As Christmas drew near, people all over the county eagerly awaited cards from loved ones delivered by their local robin. Thus, the small bird's frame was established as the artists began illustrating Christmas cards, with the birds delivering festive letters and cards. Wow. So Samuel Smith's Welcome Ale is a limited release. It's got quite a story there. Samuel Smith. I wish I had a good English accent to do this whole thing in, because it felt like it should be done in that fashion. Brewed with short days and long nights of winter, the full body resulting from fermentation in stone Yorkshire squares, and the luxurious malt character, which would appeal to a broad range of drinkers, is balanced against a whole dried fuggle and golding hops. I love fuggle, with nuances and complexities that we use fuggle in our ESB. So fuggle's a funny hop. I love the name.
Fuggle.
All right, let's get our fuggle on. I'm gonna grab mine.
All right, I'm gonna got my bottle opener, which at one point I think we all thought that we would all have to get rid of our bottle openers.
Yeah, I got a pretty heavy duty one, man. I mean, it's heavier than the spoon I used to shoot heroin. Yeah.
All right.
Oh man, it's a great label too, though.
It is. It's just a nice bottle. Got a little foil on it. Dirt cheap, Dan.
Oh, I bet.
All right, so let's get a little crack here.
All right.
3, 2, 1. Nothing like a little foil in your beer.
Oh, it's beautiful, man.
Ooh.
Did you get any festive glassware out for this one?
No, I didn't.
Ooh.
Some berry esters.
Berry esters.
Mm-hmm. Hardly know
her. Barry, I hardly know her. I got Bellschnickel on this one. So I got my Bellschnickel glass out.
Which I remembered. Oh, duh. Got foil in my mouth. I remembered too late that we had an idea for this episode that we did. I think we both completely forgot about. Daniel, Sancha.
Cheers, man.
Yeah.
That's pleasant.
Yeah. It's fine.
It's got a little sweetness to it. I'm
sure it'll grow on me.
It's got a nice little malty backbone on the end of it. It's almost got like a sweetness of a very Bach-like sweetness, but it's definitely like an ale, but like it's got like a sweetness up front to it.
I'll say I can't even trust that my my taste buds are even intact right now. There is something diabolical happening inside my body right now. Yeah, it feels like it feels like every cartoon when somebody drops acid on the floor and it seeps through the floor.
You can feel the liquid coursing through you, through like the intestines as it rolls through.
Yeah, it's not this isn't a pleasant experience for me. I'm it's
I'm actually
not
pretty good at those sounds.
yeah, it was pretty good. You're the Michael Winslow of this podcast, Dan. The I mean, this isn't the outcome. That's not the outcome that I was looking for. I was hoping that this would damage one of us. Um, I'd rather have it me than you.
Someone had to go down.
Yeah.
I keep
Dan,
putting
I'll die for this podcast. I don't give a shit.
keep putting my glass down in like spilled Monster, and I'm just now it's all over me, and I smell it. What have I become?
I didn't expect to drain pour a Monster tonight, but here's where we're at. I can't be drinking a full, not even a white can Monster at 9 o'clock at night.
Absolutely not. I did a little pre-workout before I went to the gym, and I'm like, should I be doing this before we do a Gonster? Like, is this enough caffeine for one day?
Yeah. I do still have some basement to paint, so I could down this Monster and just finish that throughout the night and go to work tomorrow.
Like a 1950s housewife taking her methamphetamines. I gotta say, the Samuel Smith winter welcome, I'm enjoying it. I don't know if it's because of how bad the Gonster was, but this is a pleasant little beer. It's got a nice little it's not spiced, and that's what I like about it. It's a little bit more like fruit, almost like a fruited taste to it. It's like a fruit cake. It's like a fruited ESB.
Would you call me down?
Oh man. So I want to know like what kind of ale it is. Like it just says winter ale. And like what constitutes a winter ale?
It's a winter ale. Is it along the same lines as like a winter warmer?
I guess, but it's only 6%. So like I would, yeah. Maybe this is more like Anchor's Christmas ale. But theirs has like the spruce tips and stuff in it. Like usually got like a spice to it.
I mean, this would make sense. Winter warmers are based on British strong ales, and old ales are often spiced with holiday spices like nutmeg, cinnamon, allspice, or clove.
And I'm not I get a little maybe clove, but I'm not getting like the nutmeg or like the spices like that. I'm getting like a very deep like a dried fruit from this.
like a figgy.
Yeah. Like a figgy pudding. Oh, it's so appropriate.
It says winter warmers typically start around 6 but can be much higher, often over 10.
Okay.
I feel like Victory's winter warmer was a little fruity the last time we had it.
The last winter warmer I had was Lancaster, and I still have one.
It is Lancaster. I still have one as well.
I still have one aging, and that had no fruit and no spice. They went just standard British strong ale. Like it's just a 10% strong ale. So I am actually curious to see how it mellowed, being a year old now.
We should have done an episode together here because I have a winter warmer aging. I still have a Sly Fox Christmas ale aging, and I have an Anchor Christmas ale.
Ooh, yeah.
I don't even know how that's going to taste, but we could have drank it and thrown up together.
Oh man, I could hear those stomach sounds from right next to you. And you're gonna have those hot dog farts later. It's like you're not gonna try and push them out. You're just gonna be just ease it. Just go.
Funny thing is, Dan, that works either way that you say it. Hot dog farts or hot dog farts.
Ah, yes, it does.
It works either way. Works both ways. That joke goes both ways, Dan.
Nah. Well, yeah, I feel like I feel bad for the wife, man. You're gonna get in that bed.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a Dutch oven.
Ooh,
Um,
Thomas, Thomas. Just her hitting you. You just hear her saying Thomas. Just get out of the bed.
no, it's gonna be one of those ones. It's just gonna be
Like the sound when like a distant nuke goes off in a movie. The shutters start vibrating.
um, yeah. I mean, so Dan, what do you think was your favorite beer that we've had this season?
See, I tried to go back to look at that, and
Mhm.
I just had it pulled up here just to kind of scroll through since with all the what you drinkins, the drinking across Old Glory. I mean, we've done a ton of episodes here,
Yes.
and I don't know which one really grabbed me here for that. We did what you drinkins, which we all had different beers for. Oh, do you remember the
Do you
Dogfish Head
remember?
40? Do you remember the Dogfish Head Hellerbach
Mm,
for the 40 ounce?
the
The
40
40
ounce.
ounce,
Yeah.
that beer was good.
Yeah. The we had the that West Coast Nectaron from Hidden
Yeah.
River.
Yeah, the Hidden River one was, yeah, that was a good one. Let's see. Oh, yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, I gotta say the 40 ounce though, I think has my vote. Looking at all the other ones, they were delicious. Great beers like all year, especially like drinking across Old Glory, Alexander from New Hampshire.
Mhm.
That beer
Mhm.
was that beer was amazing. I mean, just kind of scrolling through, that was one that really jumped down. Gansett is always good, but I mean, we've had some amazing beers on the podcast, but I think in terms of like just the originality of it and never doing one on the podcast prior, a 40-ounce Bach beer from Dogfish Head was,
Yeah.
I mean, a clear winner for me.
A very surprising beer, Boston Lager.
Oh yeah, Boston Lager
We
slapped.
really enjoyed that.
Yeah, that was delicious because I started like not enjoying their Oktoberfest anymore.
Mhm.
And I wanted to go back to that because I think it was because I was at a bar that had bad draft lines. It didn't taste good.
Mhm.
And I had it the year prior being like, this is just a solid, well done Oktoberfest. And then I had one and I was completely like, what'd they do to change this? And I almost swore off Sam Adams completely. And going back to just the regular Boston lager,
Mhm.
that was amazing. That was a delicious, well balanced lager.
Yeah, really was. The Budweiser Budvar.
Budvar was very good. I mean, look what we're saying. It's all mule. It's
Yeah.
all the mule
Ver
knows good beer.
It's a very mule heavy, very
We don't
mule
want we don't want to inflate his ego at all, but I can't believe he's in the playoffs.
I know. I know. I think we were talking yesterday at the brewery about changes that might be coming to the league. Um, we're at a point in time where we start rounding out, like really like coming into our own. We're not going to be just a standard league anymore.
Now we've
Um,
got rules coming. We've got we got bits. Tom, we're bringing bits to the fantasy league. We've already done it once. I mean, we're a kickers league,
yeah, I mean
and
that might get stricken down.
you never know.
You never know. But I think everybody's in agreement that we're going to be a median score league next year. Um,
Now explain that to me, and
yeah.
maybe who else might not know about this.
So median score has not been a very popular scoring system until recently. So basically, what you do, you're playing 2 games each week. You're playing a head-to-head game against your opponent, and you're also playing a scoring game against the rest of the league. So the median score gets set, and you're either over the median score or under.
Okay.
So 6 teams are going to, so in our, we're 10 teams. So 5 teams will get a win, 5 teams will get a loss.
Okay.
That. So you could finish the week with 2 wins, or you can finish. So basically, it's
Or you finish at 500.
yeah. So basically, it's um to disrupt the weeks when you have you outscore the rest of the league except for one guy, and you're playing that one guy. You score, Dan. You score 155 points, which is tops, but the guy you're playing scores 195 points.
Yeah.
So you're like, man, I would have beaten everybody else in the league except this guy. It sucks that I'm taking a loss on this. Well, yeah, you're going to take the loss on the head to head, but you're going to get a point. You're going to get a win because you beat the rest of the league.
Okay.
You beat the median score.
Okay. No, it makes sense. How does the median score factor into the playoffs then at the end?
I mean, it would be record. So, record for first and foremost. That also goes into the other proposal where the playoff tiebreaker is not this year. I, as league commissioner, I lapsed on myself. It's my own damn fault. Should have been a head-to-head tiebreaker, not total points scored.
Okay.
So, what is happening here?
So the tiebreaker became total points scored for.
Yeah.
So instituting these rules and putting these into place, I am going to laugh like Ray Liotta and Goodfellas when you still don't make the playoffs.
I mean,
you're just like, all right, we're gonna try something different, guys, and we're gonna try this to see if it changes things. Still make the fucking playoffs.
So here's the thing though. We're a democracy. I do not lead this league with an iron fist. I do put all these decisions up to the league to make.
Oh yeah. I mean, I like spicing things up. Like, this sounds fun.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it. He's like, all right, so next season we're gonna try this, and this.
Yeah. So here's the thing. I put it out there. The median score, the median score, I put it out there, and it's kind of unanimously voted yes. Right. I'm gonna put
it makes sense. It sounds like, because we've all had those weeks, so
yeah,
we all get it.
So I thought about the I candidly I thought about, man, this. Sorry, hold on one second. Dan, can you vamp for a second?
Okay. Oh, Tom's got. I think. Oh, I think Tom got a bogus charge. You received a charge from OnlyFans in the amount of $1 million. If this is correct, press 1. If this is not, press 2. Now 'tis the season for that. Man, going back to that median score, I'm excited for it, but I'm also excited for Tom to institute more rules and just completely fail at it, because it's just going to be more. One of them we proposed was, I think it was Justin from the podcast group, talked about the Taysom Hill rule, which I am very accepting of that one. I think that one's going to be a lot of fun. I think it involves something going on where we have to have Taysom Hill or once a week. Oh, Tom's coming back.
All right, I'm back.
So those bogus OnlyFans charges on your card had to report them.
I don't. Yeah, I mean that's obviously someone else. I would never.
Treehouse Riley Reed.
Yeah. No, yeah, no, it was a fraud thing. I had to check because it was yeah, on the yep, device login. Yep, looks like somebody tried to log into my HSA account.
Damn, they're attacking HSAs.
What's crazy is I
That's a
just
low move.
yeah. Yeah, it was just like it was a number like an 866 number that just called like 5 times in a row, and I kept ignoring it. And it just kept calling. So I just wanted to see what it was, fraud prevention, but yeah, we're all good. So yeah, you were talking about certain
We're talking about like the other fun rules, and I started going into Justin's Taysom Hill rule that he was talking about with his other league.
Yeah.
So I guess I forget what he said. I think it was like in the draft order, everyone has to play Taysom Hill like once a week. Like it goes to a different person, it goes in the draft order.
Okay.
So like if you drafted first in the you have to start Taysom Hill first week, I guess, and it just kind of rotates from there.
Okay. Yeah, I like that. You could get lucky and have like a 3 touchdown Taysom Hill week like he had this year.
Yeah, exactly. And it's a crazy rule, but everyone's gonna have to have it at some point. So it seems, it's kind of like that median thing. It's like, you're gonna have a week where Taysom Hill does great, and that's gonna help you, or you're gonna,
Is it you have to start him, or
you have
do you
to
just
start
have
him.
okay. He can't just take up a bench spot.
Yeah, exactly. You have to start him. Yeah, it doesn't make sense if you just, my week, I'm just gonna put him on the bench. No, you have to start him every.
Yeah. So here's the thing, though. There are weeks like people stack their bench where like I don't want to drop anybody, and then it forces you have to drop somebody for.
Well, that's the thing. That's where that's where it happens. Now you have to figure out who you're dropping because it's your week to have Taysom Hill.
Yeah. I do like that. I have to go in and adjust some things before season ends because next year's draft is going to be based off of final records.
Oh, you need to get that first round. You need to get that first pick. Tom, are you going to last place?
I might. There's a chance.
There's a chance you're going where'd you finish last year? You were like middle of the road, right?
Yeah, I was in the playoffs. I think I lost in the first round.
Okay. So you were pretty middle of the road and dropping down. You're taking Dylan's spot. Oh man, you're gonna get the dregs at the end. So we have to figure out what's gonna happen to Tom.
Yeah, well, we'll see.
I think we leave it to an audience poll.
I was 99% to win. I was talking to Greg at the bar, like what Dylan's punishment is going to be for losing 2 years in a row.
You know what? We talked about that as soon as you left, and we looked at the score, and he's like, "Dude, he was just talking about what to do for Dylan."
Dude, it's just back-to-back weeks I got dicked by guys going out of their mind, and this is why I hate fantasy football so much.
Oh man, I'm limping out of the bye week though. But hey, I get one running back though. So
who do you get back?
Kenny Walks is coming back for the Vikings.
Is he? For sure?
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, the way Charbonnet's been playing, they might, and with him being injured, they might split time.
Yeah, they might split time, but he's still good for 10 points. That'll be fine.
We'll see. You lost. Yeah, you got injuries going down. Did you score 100? You barely squeaked past 100 points this week on your bye.
You know what? Rather have it this week.
Yeah, it's the glory of the bye. Yeah. Now you're at 120. Jetta caught himself another touchdown.
Yeah, Jefferson, he's doing fine. Yeah.
I can't wait for you to start Xavier Worthy next week because he had a big week, and for him to have one catch for 5 yards.
Yeah, we'll see what happens, man. It all depends on who's throwing to him with Mahomes going out.
Oh, you mean Carson Wentz?
Oh yeah, I got
Mhm.
go deep with Carson, dude. I will.
Who are you going to be
I,
playing? Who are you playing next week? You getting
I mean,
squonked?
yeah, it looks like I'm getting squonked.
I'm looking at Squonk's team here. He needs to start, man. Him having Mike Evans and Lad McConkey on the bench.
Yeah.
I don't know how he's starting Drake London over Lad McConkey.
Did you hear what? Oh wait, you weren't there at the bar, so I told him like next year if he wins the playoffs because of Lad McConkey, he has to call himself Lad McSquonky.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
That is a good one. Man. Andy man with Jared Goff sitting on his bench, 500 yards, 5 touchdowns.
Yeah, Jared. People were
41
like,
points.
oh yeah, thank God the Bills like beat the Lions, which you know, awesome for that. But at the same time, like Detroit still put up like over 30 points. Like that's scary coming into the playoffs that they were still able to throw that up.
I am not super worried about the Lions. They the thing is we have to get the Eagles have to get home field advantage. Jared Goff doesn't like playing outdoors.
Yeah. He likes his nice climate controlled dome.
The Lions, their defense is so bad, they have to put up 40 points on people.
Yeah.
And when you get into the playoffs, you're not going to have those teams that you can just hang 40 on.
They've ran Montgomery into the ground. Poor guy.
Yeah, is he done for the season? Sprained MCL? He might be gone.
Yeah, it's a season ender, they're saying.
Mm-hmm. So you don't have the two-headed monster. You have Jahmyr Gibbs is going to have full workload for the first time in his NFL career.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean they're a good team. They're a very good offense. Their defense is abysmal.
Yeah. As long as we can, put up the points we need, I'm not worried. But at the same time, I was like, damn, they threw up 35 right there. But they were also at home, climate controlled. If they were at Buffalo, man, it'd be
And a lot of
story.
garbage time because they were down like 2 or 3 scores going into like the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
There was a lot of garbage time points going up there.
Absolutely.
But all right, Dan, let's wrap this thing up. Let's wrap up season 5. It was a fun one. We did the Old Glory. That was a good time.
We did Hard 4.
We still have to figure out what 2025 is going to be.
Yeah, 2025. Like what kind of music can we go with 5?
I suggested 2020 high 2020 high 5, and it's just PMA music, but I don't know how far we can get with that.
Yeah, I know. There's a lot of like positive music. It could be any kind of positive. Like we could, I mean, you could go back to hardcore with H2O with PMA. You could go run the gamut of just like positive and positive mental attitude music. So I don't think we're gonna have to work on it. We're gonna have like one of those we're gonna be sitting around brainstorming and just rhyming stuff until it sticks. Have you watched Detroiters?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So, when they're doing the ad slogan, like brainstorming and they're, it's going to be us trying to figure out what music we're going to do for this.
Yeah.
So guys arrive.
Yeah, I mean, it's something we're going to have to work on. Hopefully we can get some more Brewers in season 6.
Yeah, we're gonna check in with some brewers. Things have been happening, in the brewing industry, and a lot of changes. So it'd be fun to check in with some people that we haven't talked to in like say 5 years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, that does it for this season. It's a wrap. We'll see you guys in, like we said, in 2 weeks. We'll be back.
2 weeks.
Yeah. Hope everybody enjoys their holidays. Make sure to mark your calendars and come back and join us again for another season. But this has been Best Friends Podcast Season 5.
We out.
See. All right. Audio's done. Oh man.
Oh, how's that tummy?
It's not great.
Ooh, I'm sorry, Tom.
Benjamin Hinkle.
Oh man.
Chef Ben.
Miss Chef Ben.
Yeah.
It's Big Daddy Ben now.
Yeah, Chef Ben, new baby. Wifed up, new baby.
Man, Ben's a different man.
It was a big 2024 for Chef Ben.
Yeah.
Yeah, we gotta get some stuff going for season 6, Dan. I have an idea.
Okay.
I have an idea to shoot a promo for 2024 or 2025 season 6.
Is it just you calling me for ideas and I just don't answer and
Yeah,
I just ghost the entire podcast?
yeah, yeah.
Man, Dan hasn't responded to any of my texts.
Just
and it's just you like sitting outside with a boombox trying to get my attention.
We've done that. We've already done that. We did that bit.
Oh, we
We
did.
did that bit. We did that bit with New Trail. I think it was this year.
Oh yeah, it was New Trail with the crisp.
Was it this year?
That was last year.
Last
year we got
man.
crisp. Yeah.
Everything just kind of runs together here. But yeah, I think season 6 will be a good one. We'll see how long it lasts.
So long, season 5. Bring on.
Yeah. There's some things happening. We might only make it a half a year.
Yeah, you never know.
Yeah. But all right, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Be back in 2 weeks. What do we say? January 6th, we'll be back on stream.
Oh, jeez. A terrible day to come back.
Oh, God, yeah.
It's
we're going to be, don't worry, guys. We're going to be storming the stream.
yeah. We're going to be back. We're going to be back and storming your stream.
All right, everybody. We will see you then.
Peace.